Something unusual is about to happen on live television. A woman whose family was publicly criticized, questioned, and dissected on national TV is now sitting at the exact same table as the people who did it. Not as a guest, not as someone being interviewed, but as a co-host. And she hasn't forgotten what was said. Because this isn't just another celebrity appearance. This is Savannah Chrisley stepping into The View, a show where her family's legal troubles, political connections, and presidential pardon were openly criticized by the very women she's now sitting beside, women who questioned the ethics, the fairness, and the legitimacy of her family's freedom. And now suddenly she's there, not defending herself from the outside, but speaking from inside the room. That changes everything. It started with an absence. Alyssa Farah Griffin, one of the show's conservative voices, stepped away on maternity leave after giving birth to her first child. That left an empty seat at one of the most politically charged tables on daytime television, and that empty seat needed a replacement. But the producers didn't just choose anyone, they chose Savannah Chrisley, a reality TV star, a political speaker, and more importantly, the daughter of two of the most controversial figures in recent reality television legal history, Todd Chrisley and Julie. Chrisley, her appearance wasn't random, it was intentional. And it sent a message before she even said a single word. Because this isn't Savannah's first time stepping into political territory. She had already made it clear where she stands, publicly defending her parents after their conviction on fraud and tax evasion charges in 2022. She didn't stay silent, she didn't distance herself. Instead, she stepped directly into the spotlight. She spoke publicly and emotionally, framing her parents not as criminals, but as victims of a system she believes targeted them unfairly. That alone made her a polarizing figure, but what happened next elevated the controversy into something much bigger. According to reports, Donald Trump issued pardons that resulted in Todd and Julie Chrisley being released from federal prison. And suddenly, the legal story became political. And political stories don't stay quiet, especially on The View, because the hosts didn't hold back. They didn't tiptoe around it, they questioned it directly. Joy Behar openly criticized the decision, suggesting it reflected a system where wealth and celebrity influence outcomes. She implied that ordinary people don't get the same second chances. That status changes everything, and she wasn't alone. Ana Navarro went even further, warning viewers not to normalize what she described as deeply troubling. She framed the pardon as symbolic of a broader issue. A question about fairness, a question about influence, and a question about whether celebrity changes the rules. This wasn't happening quietly, this wasn't behind closed doors, this was public, broadcast, discussed openly in front of millions. And Savannah was watching, listening, remembering. This is where the psychology becomes impossible to ignore. Because Savannah Chrisley didn't react the way many celebrities do when facing public criticism. She didn't disappear, she didn't retreat, she didn't attempt to quietly distance herself from the controversy. Instead, she leaned directly into it. She became more vocal, more visible, more intentional, not just as a reality TV personality from Chrisley Knows Best, but as someone willing to confront the narrative surrounding her family. And that decision reveals something deeper. Savannah isn't trying to escape the narrative, she's trying to control it. There's a critical difference. Escaping means avoiding conflict. Control means walking straight into it, and that's exactly what she's doing by sitting at that table. Because proximity changes power. When people talk about you from a distance, you're an object, a headline, a story. But when you're physically present, when you have a voice in the room, when you can respond in real time, you're no longer just the subject. You're part of the conversation itself. And Savannah understands that shift. She understands the power of presence. But the most revealing moment didn't happen on TV. It happened before she even sat down. On social media, Savannah posted a message that sounded calm on the surface, but carried unmistakable weight underneath. She said she believes in sitting at tables with people who disagree with you. She spoke about unity, faith, family, freedom. But then she said something else. She made it clear she had not forgotten the public criticism directed at her family. And then she delivered a line that revealed everything about her mindset. She said, "Grace does not require amnesia." That wasn't emotional. That wasn't impulsive. That was calculated, measured, controlled. She wasn't pretending the past didn't happen. She wasn't pretending the criticism didn't exist. She was acknowledging it while stepping directly into the same space where it happened. That changes the entire dynamic because now the person who was once discussed is sitting at the same table, looking directly at the people who discussed her, speaking in real time, not through headlines, not through interviews, but face to face. This moment represents something much bigger than a guest hosting appearance. It represents a shift in narrative power. For years, Savannah Chrisley's family was talked about, analyzed, criticized, judged from a distance. Now, she's no longer outside the conversation. She's inside it. And whether viewers agree with her or strongly oppose her, one thing is undeniable. Savannah Chrisley didn't run from the controversy. She walked directly into it and took a seat at the table. The real question isn't why Savannah Chrisley joined The View, it's whether she came to listen or to finally answer back.